15th August, 1977 was a routine day at Ohio Wesleyan University. But that very night, something was about to happen that would remain a mystery to humans for years to come. The 30-meter-wide reflector of the Big Ear radio telescope at the university detected a massive radio signal at 10:16 p.m. This signal passed through the telescope to the IBM 1130 computer, and from there, after being automatically converted, it went to the printer. At that time of night, there was complete silence in the control room except for the sound of the printer. The signal printed on paper was buried among all the other printouts, and for the time being, no one knew that the Big Ear telescope had received an alien signal coming from the Sagittarius constellation in the sky. A few days later, the control room technician gathered all the printouts and dropped them off at astronomer Jerry R. Amon's house, whose job was to analyze the signals received by the telescope. On most of the pages, there were signals marked with numbers like 1 or 2, but in one place, Amon found something strange, a sequence of unusual numbers and letters, 6EQUJ5. When Jerry Amon saw this signal, he highlighted it with his red pen and wrote next to it, "Wow." Since then, it has been known as the WOW signal. It's been recognized, but what was so special about this signal? Why has it remained a mystery for astronomers for the past 47 years? And was this signal from the Sagittarius constellation a message from aliens or just a coincidence? The significance of the WOW signal stems from a study released approximately 18 years before this incident. In 1959, Cornell University physicists Philip Morrison and Giuseppe Cocconi released a paper hypothesizing that if there were an extraterrestrial civilization in the universe, they would use a frequency of 1,420 megahertz to communicate with us, the inhabitants of Earth. This is because this frequency naturally emanates from hydrogen. It's well known that hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, and it could be a common and understandable reference for every technologically advanced civilization. This frequency is considered ideal for extraterrestrial communication. Following this study, in 1973, Ohio State University dedicated its radio telescope, Big Ear, to search for signals of extraterrestrial intelligent life, i.e., outside Earth's atmosphere. This mission was named Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, or SETI. This mission was the longest-running mission of its time, designed to search for extraterrestrial life. The Big Ear radio telescope was located near the Perkins Observatory on the campus of Ohio Wesleyan University. Its mission was to scan different parts of the sky and detect any intelligent signals originating from outside Earth. To interpret the data from the Big Ear radio telescope, astronomer Jerry Amon was asked for help. He happily agreed to do it. The signal received by the telescope at 10:16 p.m. on August 15, 1977, was unique and powerful, and Amon and his fellow scientists were astonished. The telescope recorded this signal for a full 72 seconds, which was stored on a computer. After conversion, it became 6EQUJ5. The numbers and letters in this signal do not contain any hidden message. Rather, they indicate the intensity and strength of the signal. The WOW signal has a total of 6 characters, and each character or number represents a time of 12 seconds. This means that the telescope would detect the signal for 12 seconds, record it in the computer, and then start recording the next 12 seconds. Therefore, if the WOW signal has 6 characters, and each character is 12 seconds long, the signal reaches the telescope for a total of 72 seconds. When no signal is received in the telescope, it records a value of 0. The smallest signal is 1, and as the numbers increase, it means that the intensity and strength of the signal are increasing. Normally, signals of intensity ranging from 1 to 3 or 4 were received in the Big Ear telescope, but the WOW signal started with 6. If a signal has a value greater than 10, then it will be converted into alphabets, such as 10 for A, 11 for B, and 12 for C, and so on. The second part of the WOW signal was converted by the computer to E, which means 14. While the signal intensity was 6 in the previous 12 seconds, it became 14 in the next 12 seconds. The third character is Q, whose value becomes 26. The highest value of this signal was 30, which the computer converted to U. Then, in the last two parts, its value became J, i.e. 20, and then 5. The most special thing about the WOW signal was that it was heard only on the 1420 MHz frequency channel, the same frequency that naturally emanates from hydrogen. This is why, in the view of both astronomers and scientists, this signal is believed to have been sent from space by a civilization that is as intelligent as humans. Now, you might be wondering, with so many asteroids, planets, galaxies, and clusters in the universe, it is possible that this signal was generated randomly, so why is it being linked to aliens? Actually, the 1420 MHz frequency belongs to the hydrogen line, which is the most common element in the universe. Scientists believe that if an alien civilization wanted to communicate, it would choose a universal and easily understood frequency that every advanced species could recognize. Secondly, if a line chart of the strength of the WOW signal is created, it appears quite unique. This signal reached a value of 30 and then gradually faded. Such signals can only be generated intentionally. Another reason for linking the WOW signal to aliens is that cosmic events in space do emit signals, but they neither follow this pattern, gradually increasing and then gradually fading, nor do these signals occur only once. Another special feature of the WOW signal that points to aliens is that this signal was heard only once. If this signal were generated due to a natural event, it would have been heard repeatedly. And most importantly, it does not exist only in the 1420 MHz frequency band. Now let's turn to our second question. Which location in the sky did this WOW signal come from? The exact location of the WOW signal is very difficult to determine due to the design of the Big Ear telescope. The telescope had two separate structures called feed horns. Due to the rotation of the Earth, both these feed horns were scanning the sky in different directions. The WOW signal was heard in only one of these feed horns, but not in the other. The data was processed in such a way that it is impossible to decide which horn heard the signal. Because of this, we have two different locations where the direction of both feed horns was at that time. The signal could have come from either of these two locations, but it is not exactly confirmed which of the two it was. The location of the signal was in a specific area of the Sagittarius constellation, close to the globular cluster M55 and Tau Sagittarius. This mystery is still unsolved because we know that the WOW signal came from the Sagittarius constellation, but the exact coordinates have not yet been confirmed. There are many theories and hypotheses about the WOW signal, including what it was and where it came from. However, scientists disagree on any single theory. One possibility is that it was a weak signal, an interstellar twinkling link, similar to how stars twinkle. However, the Very Large Array (VLA) telescope, a more sensitive telescope than Big Ear, failed to detect this signal. If this signal was detected on Big Ear due to an interstellar twinkling, why wasn't it detected on the VLA? Therefore, this theory also proved wrong. Another idea was that the signal originated on Earth but was reflected off an asteroid or space object in space and recorded on the Big Ear telescope. However, this theory also later proved wrong. Scientists say that if this signal originated on Earth, it would not have had enough strength to reach the value of U or 30 by the time it collided with the space object and returned. Another issue is this. The 1420 MHz frequency band is reserved for astronomy, and ground-based radios are not permitted to transmit signals on this frequency. Therefore, it is not possible for the WOW signal to be generated on Earth. Jerry Amon and other astronomers tried more than 50 times to find the signal again, but it was never heard again. In 1987 and 1989, Robert Gray used the Meta Array at the Oak Ridge Observatory. In 1995, H. Paul Schuch used the telescope of the Green Bank Observatory. Then in 1999, Gray and Simon Ellingson also used the 26-meter telescope at the Mount Pleasant Radio Observatory, but the result was always the same: complete silence. Was this signal an accident? Or did aliens try to contact us and then stop? In 2017, Antonio Paris said that these signals might have come from the hydrogen clouds of two comets, 266P and 335P. But astronomers rejected this idea because the comets were not in the correct positions at that time, and also because hydrogen clouds cannot emit radio signals at this frequency. Scientists said that if this signal were from a comet, it would have been detected in both feed horns. But that didn't happen. The WOW signal is a mystery for which scientists still have no answer. Was it a message from an alien civilization or a natural cosmic event? The scientific community is still trying to understand the origin of this signal. It's been nearly 47 years since the WOW signal was recorded, but after the night of August 15, 1977, this signal has never been recorded by any telescope again.